We have a 2013 BMW 328i, the F30, and this thing has a problem with the wastegate. I'm going to show you how to replace the wastegate. Now the problem is in this part over here. This is the Wastegate Actuator. We got a new one from a dealership. Now we're going to replace it. The wastegate is mounted by two T45 bolts right over here. The only problem is to get them out, you're going to need to remove the charge pipe. This is the charge pipe over here. We use a 90-degree pick to pull on a wire clip that holds the charge pipe in place. Open them up.
Yeah.
And wiggle the pipe off the turbocharger. Just make sure that the clip is disengaged. Slide the charge pipe away from the bolts so you could reach the bolts. These are the two bolts I'm talking about. They're T45. Now I have this little low profile socket with a 1/4-inch wrench. With a longer extension. Oh yeah. Use about a 4-inch long extension so you could easily get in there with a ratchet. Be careful, try not to drop the bolt. The problem with this is you can't see the bolts. Well, you have to feel them. It's gonna be fun putting it back in. Be careful, don't lose the bolts. Well, one more clip in the back by the wastegate door. This clip over here is gonna have to come out. Electrical connector. You all set. Alright, so now you have to disconnect this plug over here. This is the only connector on this actuator. And we need to take this clip out from right over here. We have a new clip, so we're just gonna maybe try to break this one. Okay, if you align the wastegate lever to the wastegate door better, the clip is gonna come out much easier. So here you go. That's the securing clip. Now we take the lever off, and we got the wastegate out. Now we have a new wastegate over here. I'm gonna install it in exactly reverse sequence. The only thing we're gonna do first is this charge pipe is a bit dirty. We're gonna clean it. Make sure you bend the charge hose down so none of this stuff that you're gonna clean off the turbocharger outlet falls into the hose and then gets sucked into the engine. Yeah, right. Clean this thing up. Maybe spray it with the brake parts cleaner. Alright, that's clean enough, I guess. Now, pull the hose out. Try to see inside the hose, make sure nothing's in there. Something falls inside that hose, you're gonna be in deep big trouble. Alright, so now we're gonna bend it back down just in case if nothing falls in there while we're putting the wastegate on. When you're working on the charge pipes and on your intake systems, make sure if you lose a part or a bolt, make sure to find it before you start the car up, and keep looking at it for it until you actually find it, because otherwise, just from Murphy's Law, you may end up with a bad engine. I'm gonna put the wastegate lever on. See, this is a new securing clip. It's made that way with this little piece over here so it doesn't unclip by itself from vibration, and it's bent on the angle, so when you're putting it on, it actually opens up by itself. Well, you're gonna have to apply some pressure on it. The only problem with this, they could have made the clip to go in from the outside. It would have been a lot easier to put it on and take it off. A little pin to align the clip. Once you get to the hole, just apply some pressure on it and it clips in. It's not that bad, but it's kind of hard to do with one hand and hold the camera with the other. So there you go, clipped in. Make sure it's in all the way. Now we could bolt the wastegate down. That's a fun part. So unbolting is one thing. Finding those holes when you're putting the bolts in is the other. I'm gonna do the outside bolt first because it's easier. Once we put the bolt in, it's gonna just pivot on that bolt and should be no problem finding the hole for the other bolt. this is the moment where you don't want your charge pipe to be open, so if you drop the bolts, they don't fall into the charge pipe. It's kind of hard to do when you don't see anything. Just pivot the wastegate back and forth till you feel that the bolt kind of slid into the hole, and start threading it in. Alright, the bolts are tight. Make sure the clip on the charge house is released from the unclipped position. Clip it in. Make sure it clicked in. Locked in place. Connect the connector back on. Okay, so we installed the wastegate. Now we need to scan it and make sure there is no error codes. Clear the error codes. These were not clearing before the replacement of the wastegate. Now we clear the codes. No fault codes. Take the car for a test drive. Make sure it's got all the power, and you're all set.